feet apart. We then go into the room together. I then see what the resident saw and then let them take over to really execute the plan we discussed prior to my entering the room. And this has worked very well. If anything, I feel like these clinics run very smoothly. One of the tricks that we've learned to enable that kind of effortless nature is our MAs, who now are not physically bringing patients back, are actually calling every patient about 5 minutes before their appointment time to confirm that they have their link for the Zoom meeting, that they have their AV capacities there, they know what they're doing, answer any questions. And this does two things. One, it gets them ready to start their visit on time, so we stay on time. But two, I got to tell you, the patient satisfaction associated with that phone call is through the freaking roof. I mean, patients are ecstatic. I'd say maybe 8 out of 10 times they have no questions. They're ready to go, but they just are so appreciative that you took that extra step to ask them if they were ready. It's been incredible. Now, we are still seeing essential patients. These range from maybe 3 or 4 patients a day. These are patients who you just can't manage with telehealth. You either need to do a biopsy to rule out a potential malignancy, patient is on a very complex regimen, or maybe it's something new that really needs to be evaluated in office. Great example of that was a referral for a patient with a peristomal pyoderma gangrenosum. That's not something you really should be handling through telehealth in terms of doing good local wound care, but also going over a therapeutic regimen, which probably will require some screening labs. So we're trying to keep people safe, but when needed, we are still seeing patients live, but doing everything in our power to maintain social distancing. Everyone in our clinic, doesn't matter what their role is, if they're in a patient-facing area, everyone has to wear a mask. This is a GW mandate. We're all wearing gloves, we're wiping everything down, so we're doing the best we can.
Could you elaborate more on how that call is helping patients with their telehealth visit?
The phone call is really primarily to ask, do you know what you're doing? Do you have any questions about getting onto Zoom? And a lot of times the patient doesn't even remember the email they got. They're like, wait, what? There's an email? There's a link? It happens. I think our schedulers are trained to tell the patients as soon as they make that appointment to download the Zoom app immediately. In the PDF that is emailed to them as part of their appointment, there are highlighted sections telling them exactly what to do. Yet we all know not everyone follows directions. And because of that, this phone call is our safety valve. As I said, there are a lot of patients who are ready to go. They're like, oh, I didn't know it was time yet. And they're reassured it wasn't. It was just a check-in. But there are a good number of patients who have no clue that they even received an email with the link. And we've had to actually resend the email or provide the meeting ID multiple times. But because they're calling in advance, it keeps us on track, keeps us on time. So yeah, the primary role of that phone call is to ensure technical competency, but it's also to answer any questions or to problem shoot or troubleshoot right before the